Welcome back, everyone, to Vale of the Pine, where I have returned here to Mossward with Scardy. So let's see what's been happening here before I start setting off on my journey to Cardolan.
I did not think you would return to Mossward so quickly.
It just so happens that Geralt and Winna came by a short time ago, and they asked me to prepare some equipment to give to you in the event of your return. Seems that they wanted to give you a reward for looking after their boy, Tegwin. They arranged to pay for it, so who might argue? They have so far kept the lad from bothering me as often as he used to, which is nearly payment enough, if you ask me. Nearly, I said. Oh, peace of mind doesn't put food on the table, but luckily for you, coin does. So, you pick whatever you like, and no cost to you. All right, fine. And right now, the spear, it's a might spear, but currently my spear gives me absolutely nothing in the way of attributes, so it's not like I am downgrading the agility bonus or anything like that in doing so, and I'm a warden here. Spears.
So where does your road now lead? Old Cardolan, you say?
Yeah, old Cartelad. I thought I could sell that at some point. Advanced mark acquisition boost. I don't think I'll be needing that anytime soon. It's be a few levels before I can even think about getting marks. So, you say Cartelad. There's not much there, if I understand. To hear Menilders talk, you'd think it was a great kingdom, but that was a long time ago. Claimed by war and plague it was, apparently, and now it's remembered merely by rangers and by scholars, and by those with the misfortune to hear them go on about it. I'll not stop you, but if you're going that way, you'll need to cross the river at Tharbad. The bridge there is out, and the crossing will not be pleasant. Enjoy yourself, Pine Leaf. I will stay here in my shop where it is warm and dry. Well, I've crossed rivers before, right? Well, what do you say about all this, Minel, dear?
Skadi is right. If we are to reach Cardolan, we will need to cross the river Gwathlo at Tharbad.
When the Númenóreans built the city, the Great Bridge provided a valuable link to Gondor, and trade with the Southlands flourished. But in time, the kingdom of Arnor diminished, and Tharbad was abandoned. The south road became less traveled than in prosperous days. Masonry crumbled over the years, and parts of the city fell into the river. The great thaw that followed the fell winter released the flood waters, and portions of the mighty bridge were lost for good. But folk crossed the river at Tharbad before the bridge was built, and it should remain possible even now that the bridge is gone. We will travel northeast to Tharbad and see for ourselves, Pine Leaf. Let us meet in the shadow of the broken bridge on the southern bank. All right. Let us go. Here we are at Tharbad. We scouted this place out quite a long time ago, way at the beginning, where we were told, let's not go into there. It's very, very dangerous. So what's the story do? It takes us into there. Now, of course, that was quite a number of levels ago. And I'm level 15, and the mobs here seem to be anywhere from 14 to 16, it looks like, so it's not all that bad, I suppose. Actually, I'm wondering, we are technically in Cardolan now, which means that the scholar nodes may have gotten an upgrade. Alright. New deed. Orc Slayer of Cardolan. I'm sure I'll be killing plenty more of those. This is still a... It was a broken urn. Okay. Start to level up an entire new tier of scholarly lore. Maka Masha Maka, whatever. Completed shield trickery. Have to be careful here because we will have to occasionally worry about raids and all. Oh, hello there.
Would you lend me a aid?
I'm a woodcutter friend, not a fighter. When I encountered orcs within the flooded city, I ran. It is without shame that I tell you that I dropped my axe, though I need it for my livelihood. Do you think that you could replay the orcs for their insult and recover my axe at the same time? Alright, so defeat 10 orcs and find the missing axe. Alright, I suppose I could do that. So the axe is somewhere along. Oh. Actually. Oh, because it's also about killing orcs, so therefore it's not going to point me towards the axe. It's point me towards the nearest place with orcs in it, of course. Alright. One orc down. Let's see, I think I have to go west in order to find it. I guess I'll find out eventually. Let's see. We've got a berserker and a warrior. Well, they're all both are going to be coming towards me, so. Let's see what we got. Actually, we're level 15 now. Does that mean I'm going to start to get some new items in here? I suppose that's. I should check to see whether or not my list of gambits has improved any. It will slowly on there. The question is any relevant gambits, such as the healing one that I'm always concerned about having not yet been upgraded to 3. Yeah, it has been upgraded. All right, good. Oh. And we cannot forget these things. I track them for a reason. Now, let's see. Where is there an axe? Ah. Good thing I questioned where I was because it looks like I passed it earlier. All right. There we go. This must be the axe. So now I just need to kill a few orcs and I shall be done and be able to return. And I'm sure the orcs will be happy. Well, they're not going to be happy because 10 of them are going to be dead. Here's your axe.
What I would not give for a moment's peace.
Hold on a moment. This is not my axe. This is a completely different one. What? How many axes are out there?
Would you lend me your aid?
Since this axe is not mine, that means that its owner might still be somewhere in the city and in danger. You should return to where you found it and see if you can find and help its owner. It's the right thing to do. Okay, fine. I'll return to the spot where the axe. I found the wrong axe. Wonderful. Oh, wait a moment. I hit level 16. And that means I've got, finally, first aid. Thank you. The earth is trampled to the southwest. Is that where whoever it was went? Southwest? Well, there's an orc. The blood stains the earth here, and the tracks lead southwest. Still southwest. It also leads to a wraith, apparently. Bit of a shadowy wraith. Yeah, you're all so frightening. I'm sure you think you are. Well, I don't believe it. Well, so much of that. But we will grab this. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be looking for those tracks, aren't I? Somewhere back here, perhaps? Ooh, well, there's an orc. Actually, there's a dead body there. Probably killed by this orc. Well, maybe I better check to see if it's dead first. Yep, it looks dead. The owner of the axe ran afoul with the orcs at Darbad and perished. Well, unless there's another axe owner around here. I mean, people seem to be losing axes left and right about this place. I'm afraid he didn't make it.
Yes?
You found the owner of the axe, but he's already been slain by the orcs? A sad end, truly. I will wield this axe in memory of the poor unfortunate, and from this day forth I will dedicate its work to the making of wood and weapons that will repay the orcs for the life they took this day. That I swear. Thank you for what you could. All right, now let's see, what do we get here? We get, okay, a minor upgrade. That's what we get. Well, not all of them could be major upgrades, I guess. Now, let us find our ranger friend. Oh, excuse me, but I think there's an orc that has decided that it doesn't want to continue living. Now, Meneldir. Well, there's the crossing. There's Meneldir. And there's a woman on top of a horse. And we have this thing here. A levy plaque. The ravagings of Cardolan. Alright, and what does this say? Carvings on this ancient stonework speak of Prince Amlath, firstborn son of the king of Erendur, rebuilding the levees in 777. Alright. Hello?
Hold, strangers. Be you friend or foe to Rohan?
I admit that I cannot tell from your mane whether you're friend or foe. Are you a friend of Rohan and to its people? Well, I don't know much about Rohan, I have to tell you that. Well, you assure the woman that you and Meneldir do not seek to cause trouble for any good folk, and that you are merely seek to cross the river on the way north. And besides, we're nowhere near Rohan, so why on earth is she guarding it? The woman thinks for a moment and then nods. She then turns her eye upon Meneldir. Do not think this question too forward, but I must ask it. You are dressed as I would be told of the Dunedain Ranger's dress, well suited for a life in the wilderness of this inhospitable north. Are you one of their kind? For they are the folk that I seek, and my errand is urgent. Ooh? Well, Meneldir, what do you say?
Your question is not an easy one for me to answer.
Let us say that I was once of that folk, but if need drives you to seek the Dunedain, your search is not yet at an end. Yet our purposes may align, for Pineleaf and I also seek the Rangers of the North. Each of our paths require that we ford the Gwathlo, the River Grey Flood, and it will not be easy. I fear the raging waters will be too much in places for your steed to safely make the crossing, and it appears that orcs watch the shallows. I only know of the Rohirrim from their tales, but I do know that they are loath to part with their horses, unless it be in great need. If such is the need that drives you, I would know your name, and perhaps you will tell us of the errand on the far bank. If not, I would bid you farewell, for Pineleaf and I can no longer delay. All right, well, she dismounted. Okay, well, I guess that answers that question.
Farewell, my Starkmode. May you find your way back to the yellow fields of the Mark.
I wish your horse luck. I will see you again when my task is done. The woman turns back to you, a cold look in her eye. The fate of Rohan rests upon my quest, or I would not leave one so loyal as my Stockmod. So swears Igfrith of Faltham, who has ridden here with all hearts to to acquire the help Theoden King requires. Now, let's ford the river, and at once. All right, so I need to ford the Guathlo. Based on what they say, the river may have a lot of guath, but little low. Yeah, meaning they're expecting it to be treacherous at some spots. Well, okay, well, a little bit of swimming here and there. Here is a ramp up here. Oh, hold on. Somebody's up. Oh, an orc. Alright, well. Now, where's the next bit of crossing? Am I going upstream? Right. I think I need to go that way. See, I got interrupted by that orc. Well, that orc paid for the interruption. So now, let's see. I think I'm on the far end now. I hope. Can I read this without the orc noticing? Not that it really matters. Because it doesn't have much to live anyway. There we go. Ah, here we are at the end of the river with Mineldir. That was not pleasant, Pineleaf, but at least we've reached the northern bank. It would have been much easier were the great bridge still intact. I will need to rest a short moment before we proceed. How fares Igfrith? Good question. Oh, here she is. She's arrived.
Starkmode would have followed me anywhere I would lead him, even to his death.
Stockmode is the same as I am, for I would do anything for Rohan. On the other side of the cruel river, you asked me why I seek the Dunedain Rangers. Theoden King has fallen ill, seized by a weakness of the body from which it is feared he may never recover. I was told that the Rangers of the North know methods of healing that might cure the king's ailment. I am to recover one of their remedies, or to return to Edoras with one of their healers, that he might heal the king. It is only for the future of Rohan that I would abandon my Stockmode. Any who question that will face my sword. Alright, and we get a silver chain of agility, which is a bit of an upgrade, I think.
I can hear orcs prowling among the ruins of the city.
Well, seeing how I've seen orcs prowling in the ruins of the city, I have no surprise that you could hear them. Yes, and I do not want to post a watch. And if we do not post a watch, they may surprise us while we rest on the crossing. They have become an ever-growing threat in my own land, and the king has not had the strength to oppose them. For that, Rohan suffers. I'll help your friend make sure that the campsite remains unoccupied by those who made it. If you will hunt the orcs that prowl the city, we will stay here only as long enough to dry our clothes and recover from the crossing. And the fewer orcs between us and the northern road, the better. All right, so defeat orcs in the ruins of Tharbad because, yeah, quest givers. Okay, and here is an orc now. I hope you don't give me a minimum number of raids I must kill in this place, because I'm sure this place is going to be lousy with them at some point. Defeated. Orcs in Tharbad. I am back from my orc raid.
How fared you against the orcs?
I did fairly well to it. I'm alive still, aren't I? Well, did they bear the insignia that we encountered of the Ulrichs and Swanfleet? Nope, none of them have the mark of the white hand. Well, what's wrong?
Orcs bearing this white hand have appeared in Rohan of late.
Many of those orcs and are the towns of crofts that have been troubled throughout the Riddermark by these white hand orcs. The king's illness prevented him from properly dealing with the raiders, and every day that kingdom grows more weak and more frail. But who commands this tribe against my people? Menelder gives you a warning look, and you tell Aegfried that the Uruks of the White Hand must serve some powerful chieftain of their own kind. She rests a hand against the pommel of her sword. Yes, that does seem to be the way of that kind. Still, the orcs here in Tharbad need not serve beneath the White Hand to endanger my own errand or your own. There are other fires to the west, and the other side of the broken bridge from here. And if you clear the way, their defenders, we will rest more easily and better prepare to travel safely through the city. So I need to scout the campfires to the west of the broken bridge in Tharbad. But I have to save that for the next episode of Vale of the Pine.